Barbershop conversation, guys. Um, Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I'm here. I'm at the MGM now. I got in earlier and I did my DC run. I went by the the Lincoln Memorial, MLK Memorial, and the White House. And did I go by something else? I'm uncertain if I went by anything else, but I did that really quick before I came over to the Memorial. My room won't be ready till like 1:30, so I had time to kill. But but yeah, so covering Gary Russell, Jo Jo Diaz. I mean, I really haven't broken down this fight. I haven't had time to watch any fights, but just based off of memory, I would. I'm not predicting this fight, but I would just gather that Jo Jo Diaz has never fought any person remotely close to Gary Russell in terms of hand speed, foot speed, intelligence, ring generalship, ability to box, ability to fight. Whereas Gary Russell, he's been inactive the last couple of years. Maybe that will add up. Maybe that will take a toll on him. We don't know. But if Gary Russell shows up the same guy that fought the last time I fought on Showtime, I think that he'll have his way with what the hell is his name? Jo Jo Diaz. If he goes left, if he goes right, because Jo Jo Diaz is left-handed, and Jo Jo Diaz has an uncanny ability to hit you with that left hand, and it's I've seen him spar. It's a bit different when you see a guy spar and you see a guy fight, because you see them working on the things that needs to be implemented in the fight. And I would say Jo Jo Diaz is one hell of a fighter, man. That's why I cautioned y'all before y'all made y'all bet. Just make sure that you feel very comfortable with Gary Russell when you make your bets. But it's going to be an entertaining fight. It's actually 3 fights on. It's one in the UK, and then this the Gary Russell Jo Jo Diaz fight, and then the last fight will be Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack, all on Showtime. So you guys got a full day of boxing tomorrow, and then you guys gonna have to be flipping channels because we all know Game 3 of the NBA Finals is on, and I believe Cleveland is playing Game 3, or is it either of the two teams are playing Game 3, and either way, you guys will be flipping the channel back and forth in between rounds. I'm certain of it. So it's a full day of sports Saturday. We have the press conference right now at 1 o'clock, and obviously we're gonna ask Golden Boy the pertinent questions and get answers. Finally, we can get answers, and you know, it's the sad truth is not that it has value right now, but Jo Jo Diaz is the collateral damage of this. He's a good guy. He's innately, instinctively a good person, and it's awful that Golden Boy didn't solve this issue with their media team, and now the media have to go to them in a public forum, in a public setting, and ask them these questions. Well, we should be discussing Gary Russell and Jo Jo Diaz in terms of the fight, but these questions that I'll ask will be important questions, and it's not just for black athletes. People get that misconstrued a lot of times. It's for the betterment of boxing as a whole, and people are going to say I'm crazy, I'm racist, but at the end of the day, you want an even level playing field, and if we have that, if we can never attain that, if we can never achieve that, which is remotely impossible, right? Because we live in a capitalist society, so someone has to have leverage on someone, right? But it's gonna be it's gonna be an entertaining press conference. I'm hoping to get my question in first. I'm hoping to get my question in first, and that way I can change the whole tenor of the press conference. You know what I mean? I don't want to wait to the last minute to ask my question, but I'm all in on this. I think it's important that we do this, and we'll sit back and see. And I'm not going to be disrespectful about it, and I'm just going to stand there solid like a grown ass man and ask these questions. And I don't know who's going to be there. If Oscar be there, that would be spectacular. If Bernard will be there, that will be great. Hopefully he'll be there, and hopefully the president or I don't. I get them confused, man. I get their names confused. I know them. I forget, but anyways, man, it's gonna be fun. So, anyways, man. Also, I want to share a story with you guys about what happened with me yesterday. Yesterday, I'm real private about my low moments until I'm out of them, because I hate, not hate, but I don't like extending that period, right? Like when people send you emails and phone calls, oh, feel better, I don't like extending that in my life, and I don't like carrying that energy. So now that I'm out of it, I'll discuss it with you guys. You know, I had a friend who passed away, 52 years old, young kid, man, right? And you know, and let me tell you about this guy. It's uncanny, because this is the first time in my life where, outside of gun violence or stuff like that, cancer, where someone had just literally just died on me. You know, like you just wake up one morning and the guy's gone, right? And I couldn't figure it out to save my life. Like I couldn't put my hands on it. It was real tactile, and you know, I was carrying that emotion. And the irony of this, I wouldn't say irony, but the irony, I said it again, is that I've never called. I might have called him one time, maybe, or text him one time, right? But he was a part of my everyday life. You know, every day when I went to the gym for 4 years, he was there every day, and we had hour-long conversations. Like we would work out and talk every day. And what made me bring this up is because, like, I would say we're conditioned to recognize the highs and the lows, right? And we don't recognize that the ebb and flow of water that's in our life, right? Right? That keeps us calm, that keeps us committed to our goals, that gives us, I mean, just being that pillar in our life. And I'm not saying, well, I'll say this. That gets overshadowed by, like, our friends that gives us money and the people that get divorced. You see the highs and the lows. And this man was just so consistent in my life. He probably lost about 50, 60 pounds, you know. We used to take like kickboxing classes together. And we connected on basketball too. So I would see him at the Drew League in the summertime and literally see him every day. Like, it's just insane. You see him every day in the gym. And it's important that we recognize those people in our life, because we take it for granted. Like, you know, and I'll be first to admit, you take it for granted. You assume you're going to see me tomorrow doing a video on Golden Boy. I assume that you're going to comment in the comment section. You assume that your son is going to wake up tomorrow. You assume that your girlfriend, your wife, your grandmother, your mother, your father are going to wake up tomorrow. And I'm not being morbid or anything like that. But it was the first time in my life where someone just was gone, you know, and died all of a sudden. You know, you see him in the gym on Monday and he's dead on Tuesday. You know, that literally what happened, you know. And I just want us to understand, even great people die young. Bad people die young. Great people die young. Mediocre people die young. And that leads me to tell you guys this, that it's not promised. You know, like, the next moment in our lives are not promised to us. And I know we have a tendency to take it for granted. We put things off for tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. If you get a chance to conquer and accomplish something now, you know, do it. You know, JFK has an eloquent quote that I might be too tongue-tied. I haven't slept yet to repeat it, so I'm not going to mumble. But you guys remember about tomorrow and the JFK. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country today, or something like that. But you know, I just think it's imperative that we acknowledge these people in our lives, man. Like someone as subtle as a crossing guard that crosses your child across the street every day. Imagine if that person died in your child's life and they spent 3 years or 4 years crossing the street and all they said was good morning, but it was your routine, right? and now it dampers and hinders your routine, and now you need someone to, and now there's a hole, there's a forever vacant hole, and he was that guy for me, and just a real genuine good guy, and you guys know me, you guys know I value like thinkers, like I value like having like higher order operations type of conversation. And I just like who this nigga is, think he's smarter than me, right? And the ego of the man, right? And come to find out yesterday, I never knew this, but yesterday, how you doing? Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. Yesterday, I ended up finding out he ended up getting his master's degree, in 1992, which was incredible, and he never announced that, and when they read that at the funeral, at the funeral, I was like, whoa, he had his master's degree. He never talked about degrees. I'll be honest, I never knew he had a degree, but he spoke really eloquent, so you knew he had some formal education, whether it was through books, whether it was through college, or whether it was just being around great people. You knew that it was, that's what it was. So I just want to acknowledge him, man. You know what I mean? I really do. And a few of my subs knew him. You know what I mean? And I think it's just, we were at the funeral yesterday. A few of my subs were at the funeral yesterday. And we just want to acknowledge him, man. And, he'll surely be missed. And you guys ask, that's why I didn't do videos Tuesday and Wednesday. It's just a weird feeling when something is just taken from you for no reason, and then it makes you question death. It makes you question God. Is He fair? Is He a just person? Is He a just spiritual being? And you just have to adjust. You have to, like somebody told me a long time ago. Great people cry for 5 minutes. They get 5 minutes to cry. You can keep on crying, and you have to crawl forward, kneel. Whatever you do, you get 5 minutes to be still. When that 6 minute hit, you got to walk forward. So you got to push through it. So don't bother putting condolences, Fred, in the inbox. I don't like dealing with that. I really don't, because I don't like rehashing those emotions and shit like that. Don't do that, but just internalize this message for you. All right, internalize this message for you, and you deal with it as you see fit. But I think we need to acknowledge that river in our life that's consistent. And in 3 years or 5 years, that rock that river's been hitting is gone. And that's who he was in my life. Every fucking day for 4 years. Every day. So I just want to acknowledge him, a great man. And Gerald was a great dude, man. And he had some celebrities came out. Corey Copeland came and spoke at the funeral, man. And it was just beautiful, man. And so that's it, man. So past 24 hours have been kind of crazy for me, and then I get on the plane for 5 hours and just sit and think about it. You know what I mean? And so it was like about. And you know what was special? Another thing that's special, which rarely happens, and you guys fully understand why. The funeral was standing room only. Standing room only. Don't you know? No, everyone from the gym came to his funeral. Everyone from the gym. Not because he or she is going, because he impacted everyone's life, man. Just a good guy. You know what I mean? And no one is perfect. Everyone has flaws. But when the person's spirit is good, right? So I just think it was spiritual. And this is exceptionally cathartic for me talking to you guys about this. So again, please don't put condolences, Fred, in the comment section. I don't want that. I'm doing this video because there's 20,000 of y'all. There's someone out there possibly dealing with the same thing I'm dealing with. Or, I'm not wishing this upon you, or will have to deal with something like this. I mean, it didn't make sense to me at all. It still doesn't make sense to me, but you got to accept it and move on. So yeah. So, I just wanted to talk to somebody about this, you know what I mean? So after a 5-hour plane ride, and I've been by myself, you know, for the past 13 hours, you know, uh, so anyways, and don't forget it's Malcolm X's birthday Saturday, man. I celebrate Malcolm X's birthday. You know, he was like my mentor, my hero. Obviously, I never met him. Um, but just his toughness, his grit, you know. Um, I just think that, I mean, some people are special. You know, sometimes I, I have a saying that says, for every millionth person born, God spends a little bit more time on one. And Malcolm X was that one, you know. So, you know, so Saturday is his birthday. And so you got Malcolm X, LeBron James, and a whole lot of boxing. So take the time just silently tell the man thank you, man. You know, because he'll never get the due that he'll never get the just due he deserves. Never. I'm telling you, he will never ever get the just due he deserves. So yeah, man. So I'm just sitting in the hotel. I'm at the gym. I just had breakfast, and it's 10:39, 10:40 over here. So I have another, I got another hour and a half before the press conference starts at 1 or 1:30. So I'm just gonna chill over there and and just make it do what it do. So, but any questions? I would say go to my DM because I may not. I'm gonna read all the comments you guys put yesterday, but from this point forth, go to my DM, and I appreciate you guys going to my DM. 5 or 10 of you guys went to my DM and gave me questions. I'm gonna do my best. So it may be combined with some other stuff, so you're gonna have to decipher through it. Because in this setting, I without a doubt, I will not get Golden Boy one-on-one. I'm going to have to ask them in a group setting to get the answers that we deserve. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Acknowledge Malcolm X Saturday. He deserves your acknowledgement. And 2, acknowledge that river in your life that's been consistent. No highs, no lows, never gave you $1 million, never gave you 10,000, but he or she inspired you to get the 10,000 out. He or she inspired you to be a better person that day. He or she inspired you to work out. He or she is just there every day to smile at you. Acknowledge that river in your life. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.